Hi everyone, welcome back to Lessons, Topics, and Questions with your artist host, Peter Bell. I hope everyone is doing really well. Everything has been going great on my end, thanks be to God. I hope everybody had a happy, wonderful, healthy 4th of July last weekend, and I hope everybody all across this country took part in some event to celebrate America's 250th birthday. So I just would like to extend to all of you a happy 4th of July and many, many more to come. Now, there's a couple of things I want to talk about with lessons, topics, and questions. First, this August coming up, it's going to mark a year since I started lessons, topics, and questions. And from what I've seen from my recently reviewed YouTube stats, that the views have been coming in really, really well. And I'm pleased that LTQ has been seen by just about anyone that I could reach out to. I would love to pick up more subscribers as I continue lessons, topics, and questions. And I look forward to anyone that wants to subscribe. And of course, I look forward to making it worth your while. Now, I had the opportunity to go back and review the recent videos of the questions and the topics that I posted going on this past year. Now, last year I posted a vid where the topic that we talked about was freedom of speech. Well, I had to come back to that topic, but it's not going to be freedom of speech all over again. It's going to be just about freedom in general. So why don't we get right into the questions that go along with it? What does freedom mean in general? Is the cost of freedom too high in America? Should we as Americans still continue to pay our debts for the rest of our lives? Are we still entitled to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? I think I'm going to answer the first question first, and then I'm going to get to the third question next, and then I'm going to go to the second question last. Well, freedom in general means that you have the right to basically do whatever it is that you would like to do. Whether you'd like to get in your car, drive down to the beach, lie down in the sun, or maybe you'd like to go to a pool hall, play pool with your friends. Anything that you can think of that you have the right to do, as long as you are conducting yourself in a legal and proper manner. So I hope that that's a good definition of freedom for you. Now, the next question, the last question, is the cost of freedom too high, and do we as Americans, should we still continue to pay our debts, and do we all have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? The answer for that is yes, we all have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. No matter who you are, whether you are white, black, Hispanic, yellow, red, everybody in this country has to have a good opportunity, no matter what your background is, no matter what you do for a living, and especially if you have a dream or a goal that you want to accomplish to make a better life and set a good, healthy example for yourself. Americans, men and women from all walks of life, are not saints. None of us are saints. We are not perfect human beings. And yes, we are all God's children. I believe that 100%. And even God's children, men and women all across this country, we all make mistakes. And some of those mistakes end us up in legal troubles. But of course, the human brain, the human mind, the human body, the human being is not perfect at all. Because if we were perfect, we would not have no problems with anyone or anything in the world. Everybody is going through something, whether it be sex addiction, drug addiction, addiction to alcohol, gambling addiction, anything that you can think of, anything that you can name, somebody is going through it right now. And of course, artists as well, those types of addictions, even artists also, even if how talented they are, they're either suffering from one of it or they're suffering from another one of it. It could be one or the other, or maybe both. It depends upon what that person is currently going through. And yes, addiction uh, is also a mental health issue that millions of Americans suffer from it. And of course, sometimes, well, I shouldn't say sometimes, but on a large scale, uh, they get people who have those types of issues do get in trouble from it with the law. But at the same time, that person or persons have a mental health issue. A mental health issue is not a felony and it's not a misdemeanor. And yes, sometimes other people do get hurt as a result of it. Sometimes it could be worse. Sometimes it may not be that much of a big situation. But I believe that if the individual who did something wrong didn't realize what they were doing at the time, but didn't realize it later, and wants to help themselves to make themselves a better person, then I believe that that person, he or she, should have a shot at redemption and should pay a debt as well too. But when somebody makes a mistake, no matter who it is, even if it's an artist, even if it's somebody who is who has very good talent and wants to do something with it, I don't think that nobody should be paying their debts forever. I think that once you pay your debt to society, I believe that all should be forgiven, pardon me, and that you should not be carrying a stigmata around with you forever until the day you die. And unfortunately, America treats its citizens like they're second or third class citizens. Once you get labeled like with a felony or a misdemeanor, whether you serve time, whether you not serve time, whether it be violent or non-violent, the bottom line is addiction plays a very big part in our lives. And when we do something, because we live in a free country where it gives us the obligation to do things that we know that we're not supposed to do, but we don't care about that. All we're just thinking about is just getting our next high. And this is where we have to look at the problem. We have to face the problem. Yes, this person did do something wrong, but was it too severe where the punishment should fit the crime, where was a mental health issue involved? Did this person have a history of doing it over and over again? Then yes, then we should definitely keep an open mind. We should try to as Americans should try to solve the problem. We should try to help our fellow man. We should try to help our neighbor when we see he or she in trouble. We should try to understand the problem rather than just take it like it's a piece of paper, crumble it up, and throw it away into the garbage like it's nothing. We really do have to keep an open mind. We really do have to change things in this country, because our freedoms should not have to come with the price. Freedom should not have to come with the price so high. But yes, of course, we live in a nation of law where there are certain things that, even though we live in a country where we have free will, that we are restricted against doing. But I believe that we do have a lot of work to do, and we do have a lot of catching up to get to. And this is where I want to see an America better itself. I want to see America do right by its citizens. I want to see the labelization come to end. I want to see freedoms and rights restored to those that have paid their debts and that are still continuing to pay their debts when they should not be paying their debts any longer. I believe that all should be forgiven, and I hope as time goes by and as we get into the future, maybe we might not see it right now, but maybe as time goes by, as the years go by, as we get into the future further and further, maybe things will change, and where we could be a better society, and we can have an understanding of things rather than just taking something and just throwing it away like it's nothing. Because at the end of the day, people are people. We are all God's children. We are not perfect, but we all bleed red. We all breathe the same air. And I would like for something positive, something good to happen to all of us. All right, everybody. Thank you for your time. And remember, if you have any topics or questions that you'd like for me to discuss, just shoot me a message and I'll be more than happy to talk. I'll be more than happy to talk about it in my next video. All right, my fellow artists, take care, stay well, and God bless.